What the fuck is this? I've just opened my start menu, and one of the recommended articles, because apparently Microsoft seems to think I want to read whatever they want me to read, is the most painful ways to die according to science. I've got to admit, I'm intrigued. I know I'm meant to be doing a Let's Play right now. I know, I understand, but I am distracted. The first one in the list is crucifixion. Many of us associate crucifixion with the death of Jesus Christ, but this type of torture goes back to the 6th century BCE. That's nice. That's nice. God, there's an extensive lot of information on crucifixion. Lethal injection apparently is one of the most painful ways to die. That's a bit boring. Drowning, yeah, that probably sucks. I'm not a big fan of that. Electrocution. Probably shouldn't be using the electric chair then as the means to kill prisoners. That's probably pretty bad. Burning. Burning's probably rough, yeah, I imagine. Freezing, that's like burning but backwards, I get that. Heart attack, really? Heart attack's one of the most painful ways to die. I thought it was pretty much just like, oh shit, your heart's exploded, I guess you're dead now, you know? Fuck, okay, I'll have to make sure. Radiation. So cancer, basically, is what it means. There we go, pancreatic cancer. Specifically pancreatic cancer is a really bad way to die. Boomslang, which is a snake. It's a very funnily named snake, but it is in fact a snake. The boomslang will kill you through hemorrhages. Essentially, victims will bleed severely internally, and then uncontrollable shaking will set in, as well as nausea and high fever. It is indeed a painful death. Decompression sickness, yeah, just don't go that deep down in the water. That's your own fault, isn't it, mate? Chlorine trifluoride. It's a very reactive liquid that burns everything it comes in contact with. Okay, yeah, don't pour acid on yourself. Okay, that's it. That's all of the options. Okay. Well, that was a very, very distracting article. What were we meant to be playing this video game, weren't we? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Welcome back to this game. The Amber Throne. That's what it's called. It's called the Amber Throne. We're gonna. We've killed these before, like right at the start of the game, but I'm assuming this is a trickier fella. This is a big boy. I'm assuming it's not going to go down quite so easy like. Oh, it did a big area of effect ability. But does it like gun? Does it enjoy bullet? I'm willing to bet it doesn't. Still alive. Technically, not according to its health bar, but theoretically is still alive. There we go, got a level up on Papel. That's nice. Probably got some skill points to spend, but I'm in no major rush to do that. Honestly, the skill points are kind of underwhelming, which is unfortunate. There's a lot of like skills to get, and a lot of them are just like copy paste of what you've already got, or just stuff that you're clearly just never going to use, and that's a bit of a shame. What is this whole ass area, man? The music's very nice. The music in this game in general is very nice. I've been a big fan so far. Look at all these places we can go though. Look at all these areas. Let's just kill this thing first since we're here. Let's just do this real quick. I'm fucking blissing out to this music though. This is hella good. I've enjoyed the soundtrack so far in general, but this tune is I love a good acoustic guitar piece, especially when it's like not just acoustic guitar, right? Like you have your isolated acoustic guitar and that's pleasant enough, but it's very like, I don't want to say low effort, but you know what I mean. But this has got like it's a whole arrangement. It just prominently focuses on an acoustic guitar, and it's just nice to enjoy. Nice to wash over you while you're fighting the big cow. Goat, sheep, mammal of some sort. Okay, we're gonna ignore this direction for now. That seems like somewhere to go later. There's another one. Let's see what's down here. Got a little red tent with a big red banner. We got a bit of broken floor. I want to go this way, because I feel like this might loop round and join us up with somewhere we've been before, potentially? Potentially. Or we could just run into something that's gonna absolutely fucking destroy us. It could go either way, honestly. Look, there's a lizard across the gap. How'd that loser even get over there? A bridge. Duh. Gosh, you think I'm that young? There aren't any trees to the west, so they must have had to move further out here. But with all these red pipes, what is this place, I wonder? Gee, I don't know. Probably a water park. Definitely not that. It looks like some kind of factory, but must have been here a while. I'll just tumble down off this cliff, finish the adventure without me. Oh, Sarah must be up to something. Maybe there's a clue nearby. Is there a clue nearby? Hey, do you have a clue over there? Do you have a clue? Have you got any sort of clue as to what the fuck? Is that? Oh, it's a different one. Another exiled bird. What are you doing around here? We are vigilantes. If the Queen won't allow our work to pass, we'll do so on our own. Much to our regret, it's at the cost of our former lives. The Serre have come here with one of their oracle's agents and have set up their outpost over that ravine. They've been here for months, but we haven't the manpower to stop them. What a drag. We'll figure something out, though. You'd help the vigilantes? It's no bother to us, we're all beneath the eyes of the Queen down here. But why here? This place looks run down. The Serre used this mountain to reach the Arok during the Great War. They called it the March of Fire, led by oracles, the holy voices of their people. The pipes once bellowed smoke, is the surest sign of a Serre infestation. Luckily, the Serre haven't made it this high in a ground enough capacity. Though their word of their oracles heading north, it may just be a matter of time. Don't worry, we'll help keep him away from the north. He is a great load off our back, humans. The fields here they've seen enough lizards. I wish you luck on your journey. Come visit our shelter to the east, should you ever have time. There are beds and supplies if needed. By the way, if you're French, which is what I'm going for there, by the way, if you're French and you see this video, I do apologise. I'm doing my best, goddammit. They've got a place to the east, apparently. I don't know if is that this? Is that what this is? I assume this was Serre, because Serre's colours seem to be red, right? Oh no, these are the red capes. Fuck, what are they doing here? There's so many factions in this game, it's hard to keep up. They also seem, I assume these are Mimic, are they? Oh, fuck. They're very, very hostile Mimic is what they are. I don't know, maybe if we clear this place out, we can use it as like a place to rest though, which I would quite like. He's in counter-attack mode, apparently, is what it just said, if I read that correctly. Fuck it. Let's see how bad it is. Oh. Alright. And now it dies. Don't really know what was going on there. And it's none of my business. They've got a chicken! I was wondering what that was meant to be on the table. I've just clocked it. I've just worked it out. These little fellas are here to... The goblats. They're not mimics. It's a different race entirely. But they're here to steal the chicken. They're chicken thieves. And I won't let that stand. I will murder someone before I let them steal a chicken. This is why I no longer work retail. It led to some unfortunate events. Hey, you're not supposed to be here. I'm standing guard while the others are out. Not very effectively, it seems. Well, we're not near the Red Kingdom, we're just an outpost, so... If you don't take anything, I'll let you off. Here's a gift. Alright, thanks. You'll stay quiet about this, right? Yeah, sure. Can I sleep here at all? Can I use any of these sleeping mats? Or was this just a place to come to get a gunpowder bag from a bad man? My partner's headed south to inspect a ship. They crash up here every now and then. It's not looking like any of us can make it through the sky cloud, but I'll be damned if they don't keep trying. The promise of a throne that could grant your wishes, that's enough for most people to throw their lives away. But, hey, you'll stay quiet about all this, right? I want the chicken. Can't. Oh, I can have the chicken. I got a roast orc hen. I can't rest here, though, so that's a real shame. I feel like I've been thwarted thoroughly, and again, the music volume just goes haywire when I leave that area. Insane. Actually insane. This is Syrah's hideout. It's a big tunnel. Oh, was this was the specific bird we were speaking to before. I feel like maybe I should have given this one a different voice instead of just having them all be my bad attempt at a French accent, but we're committed now, so. Oh, I see you've decided to come. My name is Syrah. When the ship you'd taken crashed into the desert, it was I who caught you. That's right. I found Era lying a ways from the ship, but no one else was around. Why'd you leave your home? I thought all Arok lived in the mountain Arkanaut. You cannot solve a problem from within it. Arok law forbids my actions. However, I do not care. The white sages are monsters called the Fefneron. That's a word I'm not going to remember, and when they bring it up again, I'll be like, what the fuck does that mean? They appear wherever the Amber Throne becomes open and exist only to fulfill its purpose. Your father's demise has caused this, Ara. The Fefneron want the Amber Throne taken again. My people will not change to stop them, however. Arok law forbids any harmful act against humans. Why? Are you robots? Is it... Shit, what's... Oh, I've gone and committed to saying a thing and now I've forgotten what it's called. Asimov's law? Is that what it is? The laws of robotics? Whatever. During Axis' reign, our race made sure that those who escaped his kingdom found safe haven within Arkanaut. The world was a terrible place then. However, times have changed. The world is not as it once was, but my people remain with their heads in the sand. Which is odd for birds. Unless you're a flamingo. In order to stop the Fefneron, I also must deviate from our laws course. It's flamingos that do that, right? Bury their heads in sand, or is that emus? I don't know. There's birds who do that, for sure. Ostriches? So that's why they kicked... Nope. So that's why they kicked you out. The Arok once ruled the skies of this world. Should you help me, I can ensure we will stop the air and the Red Kingdom from holding the sky from you. Sure, fuck it. I have no bitterness. Perhaps even as exiles our pasts still haunt us. The only one who can change the law of the Arok is their king. Our queen is helpless without him. I never said I'd come back. She expected me to be their hero. The path I've chosen? Never mind. I trust we'll meet again at Mount Arkanaut. It lies to the northeast. Until then, I thought they were gonna join. They were gonna join our party, but they didn't. They just sort of left. Jeez, what a solemn guy. What's his deal? He's mad that his people aren't doing anything about the sages. I've already forgotten what the word was. It began with an F. It's like you weren't listening, Papel. Which I don't blame you, because that was an awful French accent that honestly was just getting worse as it was going. I was very aware of the fact that it was degrading as I was continuing. I don't know how to stop it. Hey, who are you people? You don't look like a thief. We've been awfully worried of scavengers and thieves coming by. Ever since my husband went to the northern cliffs and never came back, I hope he returns soon. Our parents told us a story, that when the Sky Castle flew over the field from the north, south, and east and west, a weird creature fell from it. It landed in this very lake, and there's been no fish here ever since. It's still down there somewhere. It looks like some kind of a machine, but nobody can activate it. There's a weird tower to the south that broke off the Sky Castle too. Wow, lots of things going on. Over here, nothing. Okay, so there's going to be a mini-boss in this water. We'll get to that later, I think. I'm looking for somewhere I can maybe rest up and heal without having to chug all my potions. Can I get over to... Is there no way over to these people? Are they just scenery? Oh, we go under. We go under this thing. I see. Who's gonna fight off the thieves? The kids ain't old enough yet. You gotta learn to fight young and keep it up for a long time. Same with anything, really. You look young enough. If you're still fighting, I might have some things for you. Oh, shop. I mean, that's something. Greater potion. Don't really need them yet, as long as I'm healing with Nuo, because Nuo has the ability to do extra big heals, which is pretty cool. Yono thief, what are you doing here? I'm watching over these parts. Thieves and Seer come through often, and these people have much to lose. The Arok from the mountain have grown lax with pride. They used to help protect the world as too. But now we had to break off from the kingdom to do so. Until criminals are rid from this land, we cannot have peace. It may never happen, but we cannot give up. If you can help clear these fields for the time being, I may have something for you. It won't last, it never does, but for the time being, it seems preferable. Okay, sounds like if I can beat some shit up for a bit, I get rewards. Clear these fields, he says specifically, so I don't know. I don't know if that's just any... Yeah, there's another goat thing there. Maybe if we kill that off, the world will be a better place, and now we'll get a reward for it. So let's go, let's do that. They just open with big numbers. They just show up and are like, hey, you've taken damage now. What are you gonna do about it? Pow! You wanna heal? No, you don't wanna heal yet, you're fine. I say big numbers, they're only like 100, and my party all have over 2,000 health, so it's not really that much, it's just he does them a lot. So he's whittling the old health bar down, you know? I want to see what this building up here is as well. There's a nice little quaint cottage in the mountain range. Oh, are you Arok? Who am I? Why, a god sent by Her Highness Porsulien, Queen of the Arok race. It is through her mighty kings that we have attained much long-lasting peace with humanity. What a grand king he was, but look at this lot. Do you think they have any respect for authority? They abandoned their race and left Mount Arcanaut for the rocky plains. An insult to decency itself, I say. However, humans are safe with us. In fairness, our pact with mankind means I cannot help with knights from the south without banishing myself, as these others have. But I will not abandon our magnificent Porsulien. Yes, I got it right the first time, and then when it came up again, it really stumped me. Some of the exiles haven't returned for a while. I fear the same may have taken them. They rely on slave labor in the mines around the fields, to our knowledge. Should you find them, please lend them assistance. Assistance. What do you think you're doing in all of that armor? You're no warrior. With our long lifespans, the Arok train and acquire wisdom, spanning centuries. I may not be able to help you ripen, though. We use spies to communicate with our past, so that we can learn as much as we can from it. It can be dangerous, however. We must be careful not to get ourselves stuck in it. There are few unused ones left, as our king arranged them very specifically. If you can bring me one, however, I will help you learn from your past. I've really gone and done it with this whole French thing, haven't I? Oh, we can sleep here. Boss. This must be the place that the outcast was telling us about, I guess. Many of the Arok remaining like... let's try that again. We didn't have the right inflection with that one, did we? Many of the Arok remaining like to complain about the state of things, as if it were a hobby. Hobby. They are shackled to that mountain. Our old scripture is holding us back. We had no interest in staying. Rather than topple the system, we founded our own. That Sira fellow, he used to be one of the king's finest knights. He was even cozying up with a woman during his time there. Guess their paths were never meant to be. No sense dwelling on it, I say. Do you know what stats do? No! Attack! Fucking finally. Attack increases your physical damage. Defense reduces damage to you. Agi increases your number of turns. Spear increases indirect skill damage. Dex increases your critical hit and evasion chance. How do I know all of that? Birds have big brains too. Or if you don't know how stats affect your skills, you can view it by selecting your skill in the skills menu at the bottom right under attack or speed multiplier. Beautiful. Thank you. That's what I wanted to know. So spear isn't spell damage. It's like, presumably like burn damage and shit like that, which means it's going to be quite a good stat for Nuo. Dex is superfluous stats, basically. What was it, like crit and evade and stuff? It's nice to have, but it's not like a core stat. Agi is attack speed, turn speed, so we definitely want to remember that one. And attack and defense are both pretty self-explanatory, I think, personally. Hey, I killed another goat. Does that help? If you handle 3 or 6 of them, there must be more looking across the field. Some of the Sair stand out among their slave labor operations, while the looters tend to use the Red Kingdom's crash ships as shelter. Okay, so we're not actually going for the goats, we're going for the bad men, which I guess makes sense, because that was what he was talking about. I guess we just want to explore this area in general then, and see what we can find to clear up. Is this anything down here? No, it kind of looked like something, but it actually secretly wasn't. That's crazy. How crazy is that? Proper wacko, I would say. Is this a thing? This little knobble in the floor? No. I'll head up here. I want to check out that cave and also this. And then we have the lower desert area to have a look at as well. Oh, this is different. I'm trying to decide if it's more like this is the female and the other was the male version, or if they were a split evolution. Either way, it's some sort of Pokemon reference, I'm telling you that much. It could be the other way around, actually. That could be the male and the big chunky one could be the female. There's no reason to apply human gender stereotypes to weird deer demons, is there? Come on now. It's 2022, Joe. Sort yourself out. Maybe he's carrying the flowers because he picked them for his lady friend. It's a pretty great potion if I ever saw one. Oh, you're different. You're a mini boss. Okay. Okay. Lot going on here. So we got these two are healing the middle one, so we probably want to deal with them first, don't we? Seems like they've done a lot of debuffs and shit, which probably is going to cause me some strife. Stop doing things. Can't you just sit there and let me kill you instead? Megaton should finish off the one on the end now, I think. Assuming this darkness isn't going to blind me too much to allow that to happen. So we'll attack this one. Here we go. It's weird, none of the bosses have been that threatening so far in this game. I think it's because we don't have like access to a huge array of characters yet. So we don't really have like many strategies we can apply in order to overcome and adapt, you know. It's mostly just hit things with your biggest skills and try and heal a bit. I'm assuming the game's going to get a little bit trickier as we go on, but I don't know. Maybe it won't. Maybe this is just the base level of difficulty for the entire game. And I guess that's fine. We can have an easy coast to a video game for once. I do tend to struggle quite a lot. We got a Patriarch's Horn from that thing. I did notice we looted something special, so that could be useful. Not much up here though beyond that. Just a little side area with a mini boss in it. That's fine. That's cool. That's exciting. Let's just scurry on back over here and have a little nappy nap before we go into the cave. I'm assuming they said something about slave labor camps where the Sair had been taking a bunch of Aurochs, and we need to go save them. So they could be in that cave. I feel like they said they were south though, so they're probably more likely to be off in the desert, so I don't know what this cave's going to be. It's going to be something though. No, why? Why? Why would it do that? Okay, go down and then round and up. If you just walk up, it automatically brings up the sleep dialogue, so I was sort of trapped in a cycle by trying to leave. Whoopsie. Oh, hello, old grizzled man with gun. I see you've succeeded. Here, let me help with the horn. Oh, I guess this guy wanted me to kill the... Oh! Receive the horned ochre headdress. With this, lesser ochre will obey you, allowing you to ride them across the field! Oh. Suppose I'd be heading back now, until the next hunt. You're a tough wanderer, just like those old warriors. But just like them, you'll die someday too. Nobody is a god. I guess this guy gave me a side quest to kill the patriarch, and I just sort of did that off my own accord. Oh, we just have one. Look how much faster we are now. This is incredible. This is the best thing to ever happen in a video game ever. No overstatement, not even a little tiny bit of overstatement there. Yeah, come on then, birdie. You can't do shit against this, can you? And you don't really have any abilities that do anything other than just hit things. So, guard, I guess. Let the ranged people deal with the problem. It didn't burn real good. Don't you, hermit. Oh well. Get back in the sky, you nerd. Weird to use a skill called Skybreaker to force an enemy into the sky, but, you know. That's just how it be sometimes. Huzzah. This looks like something. That looks like something. We're gonna fight? We can fight. I don't mind. It's another double goat spectacular going on over here. I like how you can see the cloud city in the background of this here battle environment. I think that's nice. A little bit of world building, because obviously the world as we see it is only ever from a top-down perspective. So having these having battles from this perspective for one thing, and also just like the cutscenes and stuff, really does flesh out the world a lot, I think. I've always sort of been quite anti cutscenes because I feel like they detract from the game a lot in most cases. Like if you're playing a Final Fantasy game, you'll play for 30 minutes and then sit and watch 30 minutes of cutscenes, and it's like sometimes you just want the two things to be interlaced, you know. Cutscenes, you know, dialogue and narrative can be delivered when you're not playing a game, and that's great and all. But in a game where perspective shifts as drastic as they are in this game, I think they do serve a much more important purpose, you know. That's my take on it anyway. I want this fly. I want to catch it, add it to my collection of flies. It's not a very big collection, it's currently 0, but one day. Some red soldiers flew through in one of their airships. Whatever their business, the Auroch are at peace with them, until the king deems otherwise. I thought you weren't allowed to fight. You're exiles? Oh, okay, you're exiles. So you are allowed to fight humans. Is that right? I don't know, man. I can't remember if they said the exiles were against that law or not. You come a long way to look at some old cobblestone. This is a fortress that once guarded the pass to Mount Arcanaut, but you can still smell the ashes falling from the mountain now and then. The mountain is torn by war and the Seer. They're not welcome here. Humans are fine, though. You're cool. The Arok have been at peace with humanity for years. Yeah. We're bros. We are bros to the last. Thing is, the humans have no rules that stop them from killing the Arok, so it does sound a little bit slavey. Just a little bit slavey to me. Come to hang out with old birds? Now that you're here, maybe you can help us out. Have you heard of the Goblat? They're kind of a Minic off-breed. That's why I thought they were Minic, because they are Minics. It makes sense. Much less stable, though. Their greed is insatiable. There are a few stowing away in the halls above me. It would be nice of you to pay them a visit. Alright, I can go kill some Goblats for you. I can go fuck up some Gobbles. In here? Yeah, I see him. I see the lad.
You come loot bird treasure too? Too bad.
No, I'm here for the treasure for sure. I'm assuming no one's going to stop me taking it, so why wouldn't I, you know? Like, if I could walk into a supermarket and just take everything and leave, I would. This is why laws exist, man. I'm not saying that's necessarily human nature to be a piece of shit like that, but it's definitely my nature. Oh, a greater potion, all for me. All for me and not for the Goblat. Oh, it's a double Goblat extravaganza. There are certain words that are not like in common use in the English language for most people, but somehow have just like seeped into my lexicon to a unnatural degree. I do find myself saying the word extravaganza an awful lot, is what I'm trying to say here. Did I just miss? Oh no, I got interrupted. Okay, fair enough. I know how it is. You do appear to all be on fire. I should probably be taking this fight a little bit more seriously. They're tougher opponents than I expected, in all honesty. I wanted to kill them all with a big mortar, though. It's clearly not going to play out like that, though, is it? Got one of them. Got one of them real good. Has Propel had the last 2 level ups? That's weird if that's the case. Teal ring. Okay, let's do some inventory stuff for a minute. I want to see what the teal ring does. Defense and Agi. Oh, that's not bad. We've got Dex and Agi. Agi and prevents attack. Got a worse version of the teal ring there. Dex and Agi evasion. Attack by 3. I don't know though, because attack is the best stat. I might just upgrade to a teal ring there. That's probably sensible, isn't it? Hey, we fighting?
Heck, who's there? Birds give up their rings, their things, and their sings. They're ours now. All ours. You can't have.
It's the triple. It's the trip. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to bring out the E word. It's the triple Goblat celebration. The triple Goblat hootenanny. There we go. You want a word that never gets used anymore? Hootenanny is one of them. Outside of, I'm assuming, the American Deep South. I know, I've never been. I don't know anyone from the American Deep South, but I am assuming they have hootenannies all the time. Where they all get in a big barn and like someone plays a fiddle and they all dance around and shit. And they don't drink. And young girls in pigtails and plaid shirts end up dancing with the boy they have a crush on from high school. And I don't know, maybe I've just been watching too many movies, man. Or not enough movies that weren't made in the 60s. That was a good decision to use that potion there. I'm proud of my life choices. I know sometimes this guy is counterattacking me, but I don't really care. I just kind of want to kill it. So, oh, evade. Who said you could just evade? Stop it. Oh, he does have plus evasion at the moment. He is also resisting. What do we do about this? This guy's just a prick. I don't think we have any sort of like guaranteed hit moves or anything. So all we can really do is just keep trying. Please be weak to fire. Thank you. Awfully generous. Faye wasn't actually weak to fire, he just wasn't resisting fire, which is sort of what I meant. There we go, we got him. We got the King Goblat, who I'm pretty certain was a monkey. I'm pretty certain that was just some sort of chimp marmoset or something, I don't know. I received a lost halo. I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool. Is it an equip? Do we equip the lot? Is it a helmet? It is. Spirit by 12. Okay, we're going to give that to Nuo. Because that should, theoretically, make his burn damage a lot higher. Theoretically. If I understand how the game's mechanics work. Which I probably don't. I probably don't at all. But I'm trying. I'm doing my best, man. I think I did it. I stole all your gear while I was there, but good work. It is nice to have some mobile humans around. Even Exile Xerox seem more worried about others than themselves. Okay, well. Thought you were going to give me a reward. I mean, I know there are plenty of rewards as a result of me stealing all your shit. But... oh, it's you. Hello. Nothing. The spears of the Arok hold energy from our mountain's eternal storm, just like these spires. And old Arok created the storm so we could have sufficient power. He found its evils, however. He was visited by the Fafnir, just like the Red King. With his last act, he created our law, the Apocrypha. It was both our protection against the throne and the Fafnir, and a curse. Now the Apocrypha's guidance has done nothing but cause our stagnation. Perhaps you understand, perhaps you don't. We were never fond of Axis. The Arok are at peace with humans, as they once accepted refugees from Axis' kingdom. However, the Ser were our only concern. Something tells me we'll soon regret that inability to change. Oh, bye! It's gonna jump off a cliff, huh? Alright. Don't let me stop you. Oh. Well, I'm not ready to move on to the next zone yet. I wasn't done. There's still so many things for me to do elsewhere. So much stuff that this world is offering up unto me. And I must complete every single inch of it. Every square kilometer. The first thing an exile must do is remove their halo. We are no longer among the holy knights. Then why is... what's his name? Sarah? Something like that? The dude we were just chatting to? Syrah? I don't know. Why has he still got his halo? I thought he was an exile now. I never thought I'd see Sarah, thank you. Sarah down here. He still wears his. Maybe he's holding on to something. Okay, so that was relevant. I was like, aha, I found a flaw in the game's logic. I found a plot hole. And then that guy was like, no, that's exactly why I was bringing this up. Good job, Joe. You're very observant. That's everything here? Aside from, you know, progressing with the game. I can't steal anything from this fire, no. Alright. The Ser heads on pikes at the entrance is a nice touch, I think. Very flavoursome. I think we'll just, real quick, before we deal with the south part of there, just hop back up here and have another little resty rest. I'm so bad, like, I could quite easily do a few more fights without having to come back and heal, but I get what I like to call Pokemon Syndrome. Where if there's a Poke Center nearby, rather than, you know, use a single potion and continue with the game and save myself like 3 minutes of gameplay, I will run back to that Poké Center every fucking time. You know what I mean? If you've watched any of that ridiculously long Nuzlocke I did, you'll definitely have witnessed that. But to be fair, I still lost half my fucking team, so, you know, maybe it was worthwhile healing often. Faster! Salvage everything you can before the lizards get here. Forget about the birds. These bluebirds are always sticking their beaks where they don't belong. We'll toss them back to that floating rock where they belong. Don't say belong twice as a sentence ender in a row, because it just has bad cadence, you know? I'm assuming this lad is going to have some tricks up his sleeve, judging by all the cool potions and shit he's carrying, so we're going to kill him before the ones who just have swords, you know? Pollen. I wouldn't expect, shit, what's her fucking name? Popel, thank you, of all people, to have hay fever, but apparently pollen is affecting her quite badly. She literally grew up in a forest as a clan of forest people. Can you imagine that and having hay fever? This is the wrong character. I was looking for Megaton. Was like, why can't I use Megaton? And then I realised I was on Ara, because Ara has all the turns in the world apparently. Going for it. I'm going for the triple. Shit, we need to do a weak attack. Maybe this one. Maybe this one won't kill. Beautiful. Beautiful. So unnecessary, but I just enjoy it. Oh, we got a revive from that. It was worth coming here after all. I'll be right with... Okay, maybe I won't. Damn birds, you're looking for trouble too? I've got plenty to go around. Oh, this is a shitter team. You don't have a pollen man with you. A deliverer of pollen. You're just nerds with swords. No one's afraid of nerds with swords, unfortunately. The burn will finish that off. This one's just weak to being hit. He's just weak to damage. How are they not dead? How? Look at this. Look at this right here. This is not okay. Let's fuck them up. The guy went from being weak to being shot to resisting being shot. I must thank your friends. The birds on the mountain refuse to help with these vermin. Why do you call them birds? You're an Arok too. I feel like that's like a racial slur, right? I fear the political pact they made with the humans has outstayed its welcome. Now, if you'll permit me my rest, an old bulwark stands to the north, a remnant of our war with the Seer. The same war which spurred that forsaken pact. Fallen Hood? That sounds pretty badass. Do you want a fallen hood, Popel? No, you don't. Neither do you. Nobody does, apparently. Nobody can use the fallen hood. I mean, we're going to get Syrah as a party member pretty soon, right? I've been expecting it every time we bump into him, and it's just not happened yet, but it's coming. I can feel it. And he's going to want the fallen hood. The garb of his people. Hey, you enemies? Take it easy, lady. I just work here. A foreigner? Don't hang around where the soldiers are here. They'll have your head. We just send lumber back to the Red City. If they want much more, we'll send a second camp through. Those ships aren't easy to supply. I hear they're working on a new vessel. The old one wasn't quite fit to get through the cloud. That's not stopping them from building a bigger and better one, though. Okay. Can I have your chicken? We take lumber down to the Red Kingdom. Pays poor though, so we deal privately with foreigners from time to time. If you need any, let me know. Yourself, just wood. Just wood, okay. I mean, if I find myself in desperate need of wood, I will come pay 1,000 coins for a single piece of wood. But in the meantime, I think I'll just steal your chicken and leave, honestly. I was expecting more from here. I think we have done quests now, though, potentially. Quests have been completed. I'm assuming that saving that dude in the boat is what the knight wanted us to do, and we've killed everything, so the dude in the crater should be happy with us as well now. Who am I? Why, a god sent by Her Highness Bosolian, Queen of the Yarok race. It is through her mighty king that we have attained such long-lasting peace with humanity. What a grand king he was. I've already said all this, but look at this logic. They have a respect for authority. They abandon the race and left out to get rid of the rocky plains and resistance to it. When humans are safe to others, and we know Pac-Man and mankind that helps us without banishing myself and the others, but no abandon personally. Some of the exiles have returned for a while. I fear the same I have taken some. They rely on a slave labor camp around these fields. To our knowledge, should you find them, please lend them assistance. Okay, so it wasn't actually a quest. He was just acknowledging. He was just acknowledging that there's people out here who need assistance, and we've done that, and we've had a good time doing it, but there's no reward for it, which I suppose is fine. We shouldn't expect to be rewarded for everything, every deed of kindness, you know? Is that not its own reward, deep down, on some level? It's not, but we can pretend, right? Paint a smile on. If you can help clear these fears for the time being, I may have something for you. It won't last, it never does, but for the time being it seems preferable. You handle 5 out of 6 of them. There are more lurking across the fields. Some of these sailors stand out of the slave labor operations, while the looters tend to use the Red Kingdom's crashed ship as shelter. Where are they? They keep mentioning Sayre. There's definitely some Sayre to kill, somewhere. We've also not done this yet, have we? We might do this. And by we might do this, I think I mean we might do this next time, because it's about wrapping up point, I believe. That was a fun session of side questing and reading about painful ways to die. More of one of those things, at least, next time. I'll see you. No promises which, by the way.